Hello YouTubers, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video you guys get to learn about unsupervised learning. In my previous video I clearly stated about supervised learning. Okay, so the main difference between supervised learning and unsupervised learning is there we have a supervision. So that means we trained our data according to some label data. Okay, now here as it is unsupervised learning, we don't have any supervision. Okay, we don't train our data. Here we just allowing to act on the data which is unlabeled. Okay, so the main point which we have to clearly state is there is no supervision. So here machine it just try to recognize the patterns, it just try to identify the pattern and gives the response according to that. Okay, so the similar example as I told in supervised learning, paper and pen. So the making that same example here, there I have drawn the images of paper and pen and labeled them very clearly, right? But here as you already said, we just allowing to act on the data which is unlabeled. So I was not telling to data that it is a paper or pen. So I just draw these images and do not label them. Okay. I just draw those images and making those images to the system as its input. So taking these as input, it just identifies the pattern and based on the patterns, similarities, etc., it gives the response. Okay. So whereas supervised learning, it was again divided into two types, right? One is classification and regression. Similarly, unsupervised learning was again divided into two types known as clustering and association. Now dealing with clustering. Clustering, it's nothing but it is basically where the machine performs the data, it just groups the data based on the behavior of the data. Fine. So the simple definition of clustering is here it just divides the objects. Okay, it is the method of dividing the objects into clusters which are similar and are dissimilar to the objects belonging to another cluster. Fine. So that is known to be clustering. So the two main points which we have to consider in clustering is objects are divided into clusters based on the similarities and dissimilarities. Fine. So dividing the objects into clusters based on the similarities and dissimilarities, for this we don't have any right or wrong case, right? Second thing is we don't have any right or wrong choice of dividing the clusters into similarities or dissimilarities. We can't predict that it is right or wrong. So that's what about clustering. Now moving with association. Here is just the case of finding the probability. Okay. Here we just discover the probability of the co-occurrence of items in some collection. Okay. So simply association is nothing but rule-based mining association, right? So the rule-based machine learning, it just simply tries to discover the relationship between large data sets in variables. Okay, so that is what association. So the main point is discovering the probabilities based on the co-occurrence of items. Okay, just నేను ఇక్కడ క్లియర్లీ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ అంతా అది అర్థం అవడం కోసం అండర్స్టాండింగ్ కోసం నేను క్లియర్గా ఎగ్జాంపుల్ పార్ట్ మాత్రమే క్లియర్గా చెప్తాను. సో ఆల్ దిస్ డెఫినేషన్స్ పార్ట్ అండ్ నోట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్స్ ఇలాంటివన్నీ అగైన్ ఐల్ బి డూయింగ్ క్లియర్ వీడియో అబౌట్ సూపర్వైజ్డ్, అన్సూపర్వైజ్డ్ అండ్ ఫర్దర్ reinforcement learning. So there you get to know this all these important points. So for an exam point of view, you can get the important notes over there. Fine. Simple ga main points rasodilestanu ikkada. So now, so this is about clustering and association. Now let's understand clustering very clearly with a simple example. Fine. So now clustering. For clear understanding of clustering, I just make a simple example like telecom company. In order to minimize the churn rate of telecom company, to minimize the churn rate of telecom company. So telecom company అనగానే two simple variables for our example ఏమనుకుందాం, like simple call duration, internet usage. Okay, telecom company అనగానే simple factors, call duration and internet usage. So ఈ two factors మీరు తీసుకుంటే to reduce the churn rate. Initially, what is the churn rate? Churn rate is nothing but it is the rate of attrition. Okay. So what is churn? Churn means it is the measurement of percentage of people's account. Okay. People's account who cancel or who choose not to renew the subscriptions over a period of time, who get out of the plans in a specific period of time. So that is known to be churn. For example, మీరు జియో అండ్ ఎయిర్టెల్ నెట్వర్క్స్ వాడుతున్నారు అనుకుందాం. ఓకే, నౌ ఐ సే యూఆర్ స్టేయింగ్ ఇన్ ఢిల్లీ. ఫ్రమ్ పాస్ట్ 6 months యూఆర్ స్టేయింగ్ ఇన్ ఢిల్లీ. సో ద ప్లేస్ వెర్ యూఆర్ లొకేటెడ్ ఇన్ ఢిల్లీ, దేర్ యూ గెటింగ్ అ నైస్ సిగ్నల్ ఆఫ్ జియో. ఓకే, జియో ఎయిర్టెల్ రెండు వాడుతున్నారు, అక్కడ మీకు జియో బాగా వస్తుందని సో మీరు ఇంకా అక్కడ నుంచి జియో ప్లాన్స్ అన్ని వాడడం మొదలు పెట్టారు. సో గోయింగ్ ఆన్ విత్ యువర్ మంత్స్, ఫ్రమ్ పాస్ట్ 6 months అంటే ఫ్రమ్ ఎవ్రీ మంత్, సో 1 2 3 4 ఎవ్రీ మంత్ యు ఆర్ యాడింగ్ విత్ జియో బెనిఫిట్ ప్లాన్స్, రైట్? So by that, what it happening? Jio was getting benefit from you at every month, right? అప్పటి వరకు మీరు కంటిన్యూగా జియో వాడారు. సో నౌ ఐ సే యూ హ్యావ్ షిఫ్టెడ్ టు హైదరాబాద్. ఓకే, సో నౌ ద ప్లేస్ వేర్ యూ హ్యావ్ లొకేటెడ్ ఇన్ హైదరాబాద్, యూ ఆర్ గెటింగ్ అ నైస్ సిగ్నల్ ఆఫ్ ఎయిర్టెల్. అక్కడ మీకు జియోతో పోల్చుకుంటే ఎయిర్టెల్ బాగా వస్తుంది. నేను జనరల్లీ జియోని ఎయిర్టెల్ని ఏదో చెప్పాలని కాదు, జస్ట్ ఫర్ అ సింపుల్ వ్యూ ఐ వాజ్ స్టేటింగ్ దీస్ టర్మ్స్, దట్స్ ఇట్. సో ఎయిర్టెల్ బాగా వస్తుంది కాబట్టి యూ జస్ట్ షిఫ్టెడ్ టు ఎయిర్టెల్. ఓకే, ఎయిర్టెల్ షిఫ్ట్ అయ్యారు. షిఫ్ట్ అవ్వగానే వాట్ హ్యాపెన్? జియో వాజ్ గెటింగ్ ల్యాక్. టిల్ నౌ జియో వాజ్ గెటింగ్ బెనిఫిట్ ఎవ్రీ మంత్ బై యూ, బట్ నౌ యాజ్ యూ షిఫ్టెడ్ టు ఎయిర్టెల్, నౌ ఎయిర్టెల్ ఈస్ గెటింగ్ బెనిఫిట్ బై యూ, రైట్? సో జియో స్టార్టెడ్ ల్యాకింగ్. దట్ మీన్స్ దట్ ఈస్ వాట్? churn rate. Churn rate start over there. Okay, they just now increasing measurement of percentage. That means how the measurement was taken place when you start going on increasing with your Airtel subscriptions. Okay, మళ్ళీ మీరు జియోకి షిఫ్ట్ అవ్వాలనుకోలేదు. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ యూ చూస్ నాట్ టు రెన్యూ యువర్ సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్ టు జియో అగైన్, రైట్? సో యాజ్ దిస్ churn rate increases, what happens? So high the churn rate, it will gives a negative impact on Jio's MRR. Nothing but monthly recurring revenue, right? So అప్పుడు వీళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు? మంత్లీ రికరింగ్ రెవెన్యూ వీల్ ది churn rate ఇంక్రీజ్ అవ్వకుండా, సో ఇన్ ఆర్డర్ టు మినిమైజ్ ద churn rate అండ్ టు ఇంక్రీజ్ ద ప్రాఫిట్స్ ఆఫ్ జియో, దే జస్ట్ యాడ్ సమ్ బెనిఫిట్ ప్లాన్స్. సో అప్పటి నుంచి they get starting their strategies will be implemented on the people accounts. So then simply by promotions, campaigns, etc. ఇలాంటివన్నీ చేసుకుంటూ they start increasing their profits and reducing their churn rate, right? So by that, how we get to know the churn rate now, right? So call duration and internet usage, simply making this example, నేను ఇక్కడ సింపుల్ గ్రాఫ్ గీస్తాను మీకు క్లియర్ గా అర్థం అవడానికి. ఇక్కడ కాల్ డ్యూరేషన్ అనుకుందాం, ఇక్కడ ఇంటర్నెట్ యూసేజ్. ఓకే, ఇంటర్నెట్ యూసేజ్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, customers of group A are here, customers of group B are here, customers of group C are here. can clearly view in this graph. Customers of group A, they are using high call duration and at the same time heavy internet usage, right? While customers of group B, they are using high internet usage. While customers of group C, they are using high call duration. Now, people of group A, customers of group A, they get high data plans. So they get more data plans. Now people of group C, they get cheaper call rates. So this is how telecom company, they generate their strategies. So they just increase the high data plans for group B customers and get a cheaper call rates to group C customers in order to buy the loyalty. Fine. So this is how clustering is performed. Simply they just divide the people into clusters. So simple view of clustering, how the objects are divided into different clusters. Fine. So now let's view with a clear example of association. Association, simply now let's consider another example for a clear view. I consider example like customer A. Okay, customer A, he goes to supermarket and buys some bread, jam, rice and wheat. Fine. So these are the products of customer A who purchased. And next customer B, he again goes to supermarket and he also buys some bread, jam, tamarind, curd, something. Okay. Now when customer C goes and buys a bread, now according to these two cases, it is highly likely that he would also purchase jam, right? He would also purchase purchase jam. So this is what the case of association. Okay. So simply association, here we just divide the occurrence of, that means co-occurrence of items. Okay. We just find the probability of co-occurrence of items here. So co-occurrence of items. So again, coming to group C customer, there is highly likely chance to buy the jam. So that is what association. Simply, so clustering and association means people, that means yes, people who purchase the items separately in a bulk. Okay, all the items in a bulk, that is known to be clustering case. Okay. Next, coming to association case, items which are purchased together. Okay, items which are purchased together, that is known to be association. Fine. So simply, which customer makes similar product purchase is clustering, whereas association, which product was purchased together. Right. So this is what clustering and association. Now we get to know the clear example of understanding unsupervised learning and how it is trained and how it works. Okay. So now consider a scenario that a child has no learning phase. Okay. He don't have any learning phase. Instead of that, he was given with some images of birds or animals. Okay. Birds and animals. So he was given with that images and now he asked to identify among those images what are the animals and what are the birds. Okay. For this case, I consider some birds and animals. Okay. These are the cases I consider for my example now. So that child was given with these images and now from these images he was asked, what he asked? He was asked to identify among those images what are the animals and what are the birds. So in this case, simply what he can do, he can come up with the following groups and he can simply label them without, here I just label, so consider these as images, okay? It was not labeled, any label data was not given in that images, okay? So he was just given with the images of these things. Now he was asked to find out the things. So he just simply come up with the following groups, like he just do with the perceptions like initially birds, they just have wings, right? Birds will have wings. Animals can be perceived by tails or legs. So while comparing to animals and birds, animals will be having long legs when comparing to birds, right? So based on these simple perceptions, he just make division through wings, tails or legs. So simply in wings part all the birds will be cased out and here animals will be traced out, right? So this is how simply unsupervised learning is trained and how it works. So initially we give a lot of training data to our unsupervised learning algorithm, and then again it was asked to find out the patterns among them. So based on that patterns it will be giving the result itself. Fine. So this is how unsupervised learning algorithm performs. Now we deal with general applications. Fine. So now moving with the general application base of unsupervised learning, which is designed to deal with some topics like clustering, anomaly detection. Fine. Initially I have preferred clustering in general application base of unsupervised learning. So now consider the case, a mother was given a task to her 2 children. Okay. Let me view that in a simple diagrammatic view. Okay. Mother given a task for her 2 children to arrange plain pieces of blocks. Fine. So these are the blocks given by the mother. Okay. Now there is no rule that both the children have to think same, right? So they come up with different groups. Okay, so this is done by child 1. Okay, he done with based on shapes. Now child 2 case, he done with based of color, like so this is how child 1 and child 2 they perform the things. Okay, as there is no rule that they have to think same manner. So here mother, she also didn't keep any rule that they have to they have to arrange the pieces of block according to shape or according to color. So they come with different methods. So now the similarity measure is done by mother, because if she keep the case like it has to be performed with shapes or it has to be performed with color, so the similarity measure will be done by the mother used in this case. So here we don't have any right or wrong way, right? Because according to shapes చేస్తేనే అది రైట్ అవుతుంది, అకార్డింగ్ టు కలర్స్ చేస్తే అది రాంగ్ అవుతుంది, అది మనం చెప్పలేం. బికాస్ ఎలాగున్నా సరే షేప్స్ వాళ్ళు పీసెస్ అరేంజ్ చేస్తారు. సో ఈ రైట్ ఇది రాంగ్ అని మేము చెప్పలేం. సో దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ ద మెయిన్ పాయింట్ ఇన్ క్లస్టరింగ్. దర్ ఇస్ నో రైట్ ఆర్ రాంగ్ వే. సో హౌ కెన్ యూ పిక్ వన్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ క్లస్టర్ ఓవర్ ద అదర్? ఫైన్. Now this is what the similarity measure to be done by the mother used in this case, right? If she consider child 1 has the better view of shapes that the similarity measure considered by the mother is according to shapes. Okay. However, if child 2 also performed well, right? So if she thinks child 2 is better than child 1 because if the similarity measure considered by the mother to be according to color. Okay. So these are the things we can't pick the one among them, right? So this is what, therefore, defining the similarity measure while performing the clustering is the very important thing. Get to know the point, right? Now, so according to the similarity measure, so the clustering means dividing the things, okay, dividing the objects into different clusters based on the similarities and dissimilarities. We have to clearly state them. So this is what up to the clustering. Now, moving with the anomaly detection. Now moving with the point anomaly detection. Anomaly detection is also a clustering technique. It is just used to identify the usual patterns which we do not conform to the expected behavior. Fine. అంటే అలా జరుగుతుంది అని మనకు తెలీదు కానీ అక్కడ జరుగుతుంది ఎందుకు జరుగుతుందో తెలియదు సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ అనామలీ సింప్లీ వాట్ ఈస్ అనామలీ మీన్స్ an abnormal activity happened in your data. Okay, you don't know what is happening but some abnormal activity was happened in the data, so by that abnormal activity your end result were disturbed. Okay, మీ end result disturb అయింది, completely disturb అయింది. సో కస్టమర్స్ కి రాంగ్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ వెళ్ళి అనుకుందాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, you ordered a phone in e-commerce website. Okay, for example, you think that you ordered a phone in some e-commerce website. So after when they deliver it to you, instead of phone you got a pair of shoes. Okay, so what happened? You ordered for some product and you got some different product, right? So now I am the boss of e-commerce website. Now I start thinking why this particular user he ordered for a phone and why he get this pair of shoes. So what is the abnormal activity performed here? So now I start thinking what happens, right? So that is what anomaly is caused. So transaction, the way of transaction was getting changed, right? So there may be some issue in my data. There may be some problem, some issue in my data. So based on that problem, this problem comes into picture, right? So now I start thinking how this anomaly occur, why it is getting caused, and how to detect it. So this is the case where I have to build some intelligent model to detect the solution, to find the anomaly and clear those anomalies, right? So we have to clear them and we have to give the response before, because we have to clear it before we have to finalize the result, right? మనం రిజల్ట్ ఫైనలైజ్ చేసే ముందే మన అనామలీస్ ఏమంటే మనం క్లియర్ చేసేసుకోవాలి. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ వాట్ అనామలీ డిటెక్షన్, సింప్లీ clear application base of clustering, right? Up to now I just given general application base which were where unsupervised learning was particularly designed to deal with the things like. So now I'll be stating some real-time applications. Now the real-time applications performed by unsupervised learning. Okay, some examples like market basket analysis, identifying accident prone area, delivery store optimization, next example clustering. So these are the things. Not only the things which I have stated now, there may be numerous number of applications and numerous examples. So ఈ వీడియోలో నేను జస్ట్ మనకి అన్సూపర్వైజ్డ్ లెర్నింగ్ అంటే ఏంటో అర్థం అవడానికి సింపుల్ గా ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ మాత్రమే క్లియర్ గా ఇచ్చుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాను. సో ఇన్ ఎగ్జామ్ పాయింట్ మీరు ఏమైనా సమ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్స్ నోట్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటే ఇన్ ఫర్దర్ వీడియో ఇన్ unsupervised versus supervised versus further reinforcement learning, in that video you can get important points of this data. Fine. So if you like the video, please support me, subscribe me and follow me. Thank you.